laugh. We have to start every service with you laughing. It makes us feel good. Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Good Shabbos.
Thank you for being here. I'm going to remind you of something that I don't get to talk about very often, which is a fortunate thing. We are now in mourning. We lost Flo Selber, and we buried her this morning. So we say Kaddish for her today. And we also lost Gloria Meyer, but we will not be burying her until Sunday. So officially we don't say Kaddish for her yet. But I want to remind you that the people who are the mourners are officially supposed to kind of suspend their mourning for Shabbat, which means that let's say you were at a service where the kind of congregation where you are going every morning and every night, every day to services. That happens, I know. People think, not a Reformed congregation. Even Reformed congregations do this sometimes. Not in Shreveport. Never happened in Shreveport. Not for more than 150 years. But even if you were in that kind of a congregation, then you would, let's say, typically have a chair that you sit in every time you come to services to pray in the morning and pray at night. When you're in mourning, you would sit in a different seat. Except on Shabbat, you get to go back to your same seat. I'm just telling you the kind of things that you can do. There are other customs, but the importance is that Shabbat is so important that people are allowed to and encouraged to be joyful on Shabbat, even when your heart may be broken. So just saying, I hope that you find some joy. I'm going to officially thank Spencer Reichman and Sarah Dunham for being our soloists, our Cantorial Soloists today. I am thrilled. You know how exciting it is when they're around. I am thrilled that they're here. And I need to find a prayer book. That helps. Do you have prayer books? Oh, man, you're good. So the first thing that we do before we begin our service always is, a week can be stressful, it can be joyful, it could be a combination of many things. But once Shabbat comes, we get a chance to literally take a deep breath. So I encourage everybody to take a deep breath. We go in through the nose and out through the mouth. Let it out slowly. Feel the relaxation of the breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Often this past few weeks I've been asking, did you think of things that might make the world a better place? Did you do anything that might make the world a better place this week? And some of you already know that I do have inspiration from Flo to try to encourage people to make the world a better place every day. And she came up with things to do all the time, so I think about her when I ask that question. But, and you don't have to tell me. It's not the kind of quiz that you have to tell me. I'm going to be quizzing you later today. I'm warning you ahead of time. It's kind of a pop quiz, and that is we are counting the Omer. What day are we of the Omer? 28. So that's how many weeks? Where's my math geniuses? 4 weeks. So later on when I ask you how many days and how many weeks of the Omer are we, you're going to know. Thank you for that. Meanwhile, we are inviting Mimi, Miriam, and Randy Gringas to come help us bless the candles and bless the wine, the pretend wine for Kiddush and for Shabbat. We are on page 82, and our tradition is if you can stand, please do. If not, stay seated. Page 82. Yeah, you're off. And on Saturdays, we have a saying that wine is a symbol of human joy, and grape juice is a symbol of wine. And we usually serve wine on Friday nights. That's why I said what I did. But on page 82.
These lights are only flickering flames, yet flames illumine our uncertain steps. Flames remind us of Sabbaths long past and of their beauty that delighted our hearts. May they inspire us to work for the great Sabbath of peace. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
We praise you, eternal God, sovereign of the universe. You hallow us with your mitzvot and command us to kindle the Sabbath lights.
Amen.
Eternal God,
Wait, hang on. We have to bless it again. We're going to sing. Our cues are a little bit rusty today.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'chad l'kner shel Shabbat.
Amen. We now continue with the Kiddush on page 165 and 166 and 167. We're doing the ones on 160. Go to 167 for a second and do the top line in English. 167, the top line. Lift up your glass. I can smell it from here. That's what I wanted.
we praise you, eternal God, sovereign of the universe, creator of the fruit of the vine.
Amen.
We praise you, eternal God, sovereign of the universe. You call us to holiness with the mitzvot of Shabbat, the sign of your love, a reminder of your creative work, and of our liberation from Egyptian bondage, our day of days. On Shabbat especially, we hearken to your call to serve you as a holy people. We praise you, O God, for the holiness of Shabbat.
Amen. L'chaim. Go ahead.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava v'ratzon hinchilanu. Zikaron lemase v'reshit, ki hu yom techila lemikra'e kodesh, sechel yitziat Mitzrayim, ki banu v'chata totanu kidashta mikol ha'amim, v'shabbat kodshecha v'ratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh ha'shabbat.
Amen. You get to drink again. Was there anything left? There's not a lot in the cup to start with. This is what happens when we don't do this often enough. We have to do this more often. We have no idea what our cues are now. Your cue now is to say Shabbat Shalom to someone you came in with, someone you didn't come in with. Make sure everybody gets Shabbat Shalomed, and you may be seated once you do. Shabbat Shalom.
Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. We didn't even choreograph this thing either. Shabbat Shalom. So as we do this and we talk about flames reminding us of Sabbath long past, does everyone here have memories of someone lighting candles? Everyone have memories of someone lighting candles? Maybe a previous generation or something? I hope so. It's a wonderful thing. And if you don't, then you are it. People have memories now of you lighting the candles. And you know what? You're it anyway. We continue on the bottom of page 83. There are days when we seek material things and measure failure by what we do not own. On Shabbat, we wish not to acquire, but to share. The top of 84. There are days when we exploit nature with reckless greed. On Shabbat, we stand and wonder before the mystery of creation. There are days when we think only of ourselves.
On Shabbat, we open our hearts to the needs of others.
Therefore, we welcome Shabbat.
Day of rest, day of joy, day of peace.
And now we welcome the angels that accompany us on Shabbat with Shalom Aleichem found on 84. Translations on 85 in case you were wondering what we're singing about.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Yon, Mi-melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Olchem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Yon. Mi-melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Baruchuni l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Yon. Mi-melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Yon. Mi-melech Malachei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. You have one to show him? The synagogue is the sanctuary of Israel, born of our longing for the living God. It has been to Israel throughout our wanderings, a visible token of the presence of God in our people's midst. Its beauty is the beauty of holiness. Steadfast it has stood as the champion of justice, mercy, and peace.
Its truths are true for all people. Its love is a love for all people.
Its God is the God of all people. As it has been said, my house shall be called a house of prayer for all peoples.
Let all the family of Israel, all who hunger for righteousness, all who seek the eternal, find God here, and here find life. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shmei Rabbah.
Amen.
Ve'alma divrach chiruteh, v'yamlich malchuteh, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon, u'v'chaye d'chol Beit Yisrael. Ba'agala, ba'agala, u'vizman kariv, v'miru, Amen. Yehesh merabah mevarach, la'alam ul'almei almaya, yitbarach, yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitpahar v'yitromam v'yinaseh, v'yitadar v'yit'aleh v'yit'halal, shemeh d'kudisha brichu, le'elamin kol berchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran be'alma v'miru. Amen.
Baruchu et Adonai hamevorach.
Baruch Adonai hamevorach le'olam v'ed. Oh God, how can we know you? Where can we find you? You are as close to us as breathing, yet you are farther than the farthermost star. You are as mysterious as the vast solitudes of night, yet as familiar to us as the light of the sun. To Moses you said, "You cannot see my face, but I will make all my goodness pass before you." Even so does your goodness pass before us in the realm of nature and in the joys and sorrows of life.
When justice burns within us like a flaming fire, when love evokes willing sacrifice from us, when, to the last full measure of selfless devotion, we demonstrate our belief in the ultimate triumph of truth and righteousness,
Then your goodness enters our lives, and we can begin to change the world. And then you live within our hearts, and we, through righteousness, behold your presence. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Vaed.
You may be seated unless you're in my bet class, and then I need you to come help me lead the service. Over, come around, share some room. We have other Cantorial Soloists. Go on, climb closer. Go closer, closer, closer. Oh, you have to get closer. Ready? Go ahead.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בימיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם אדוני אלוהיכם emet. You shall love your eternal God with all your heart, with all your mind, with all your being. Set these words, which I command you this day, upon your heart. Teach them faithfully to your children. Speak of them in your home and on your way, when you lie down and when you rise up. Bind them as a sign upon your hand. Let them be symbols before your eyes. Inscribe them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. Be mindful of all my mitzvot and do them. So shall you consecrate yourselves to your God. I am your eternal God, who led you out of Egypt to be your God. I am your eternal God. Ani Adonai, I, the Eternal One, have called you to righteousness and taken you by the hand and kept you. I have made you a covenant people, a light and or to the nations.
We are Israel, witness to the covenant between God and God's children.
This is the covenant I make with Israel. I will place my Torah in your midst and write it upon your hearts. I will be your God, and you shall be my people.
We are Israel. Our Torah forbids the worship of race or nation, possessions or power.
You, who worship gods that cannot save you, hear the words of the Eternal One. I am God, there is none else.
We are Israel. Our prophets proclaimed an exalted vision for the world.
Hate evil, love what is good. Let justice well up as waters and righteousness as a mighty stream.
We are Israel, schooled in the suffering of the oppressed.
You shall not oppress your neighbors nor rob them. You shall not stand idle while your neighbor bleeds.
We are Israel, taught to beat swords into plowshares, commanded to pursue peace.
Violence shall no longer be heard in your land, desolation and destruction within your borders. All your children will be taught of your God, and great shall be the peace of your children.
We are Israel, O God, when we are witnesses to your love and messengers of your truth.
You are my witnesses, says the Eternal One, and my servant whom I have chosen. Know me, therefore, and put your trust in me.
We are Israel, O God, when we proclaim you, God, our Redeemer,
as did our ancestors on the shores of the Red Sea.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai.
V'namar, and it has been said, the Eternal One delivered Jacob and redeemed us from the hand of one stronger than ourselves. Baruch atah Adonai Ga'al Yisrael. We praise you, O God, Redeemer of Israel. We continue at the top of 92. May we lie down this night in peace and rise up to life renewed. O God, spread over us your shelter of peace, of quiet and calm, and bless us with rest. And let a time come when morning will bring no word of war or famine or anguish, a time of happiness, of contentment and rest. Baruch atah Adonai, haporei sukat shalom, aleinu va'al kol amo Yisrael va'al Yerushalayim. We give thanks for the night and its rest and the promise of peace for all the world. Vishameru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.